you know, and there is a lot. And people think it's a bad sight, you know what I mean? I don't, you know what I mean? They just tell you how it fucking is. You know, you can have all these crazy ideas how things are going to work, but no, it isn't. A lot of the problem with it is that there's a lot of fucking stubbornness on there, and they won't be fucking swayed or, you know what I mean? That's why I'll definitely whack it over on there.
Well, they're solicitors, aren't they? They're not supposed to be swayed.
No. We'll do our best, though. I do know a few of them, to be honest with you.
I stumbled across it by accident. You know, I come across it after googling his name, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll have a read of that.
Yeah. Oh, you could be there for fucking. You think them documents you got yesterday, PD, was long? you need 3 months to go through fucking Quatloos on Chrissy Morris. Yeah. Once they get onto this nonsense shit and fucking, and there is some nonsense shit out there. There's nothing about it. I've not been on for that long, but I bet you there's something about the blow up doll on there. If not, there will be tomorrow, but I'll fucking post it on there later.
Have you seen the situation with the blow up doll?
I did see that, yeah. I got no words for it, really.
There isn't, is there? There's absolutely, there's no words. There's no words, mate, your daughter.
You couldn't make it up. I just like, what the fuck? I just... She's forgot her pocket money. So what? You forgot your pocket money. Yeah. All right, okay, don't do it again. You know, put your hand in your pocket. It's your daughter, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Basically, I'll give you the money and I'll take it back when you go home. You know, I'll give you the money now and I'll take it back when I go home. Simple solution.
No problem. It's just, he does things with sensationalism.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
Did you hear the statement he came out with the other day? About the 6-year-old boy? If you have a 6-year-old boy, that you should sit him down and tell him in 10 years' time you're going to kiss a girl and whirl your tongue around in her mouth.
I got 4 boys, right? Eldest 22, youngest 13, right? We've had the chat. It was around about the age of 11, 12.
Yeah.
Secondary school. You're gonna be coming into contact now with you know. Yeah.
Yep.
To be fair, the little shit already knew it all. You know, they have these lessons at school now. He knew it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to turn around and say, "Oh, here we go." There we go.
How are you doing, mate? How are you doing? Hey, I'm glad. Did you get my message?
Yeah, only just. As you know, I was busy last night. I thought my phone was off, and then it rang. And I thought, who the fuck's that? Well, what phone's that? And I've had to find out how to get to my voicemails.
Sorted.
Well, welcome, Hoof. Hoof, this is Ben. Ben, this is Hoof.
Ben?
No.
We were going to, I didn't want to put that out in case I didn't want to put his name out. I did it last night by mistake.
It's already out there, isn't it, really?
Right, so as you're fully aware, I was talking to Elliot Cruz.
Yeah.
He told me everything you put in the thing.
He must know you as a different name.
No,
he obviously don't know you as Hoof.
No, he doesn't know me as Hoof. He knows me as my real name, Roy Blackburn.
Right, okay.
Right, so just so you're aware, I come from Whitton, right?
Yeah. That's where Elliot is now.
Right, so where does he live in Whitton?
I haven't got a clue. I haven't spoken to Elliot in 30 years, but I messaged him briefly last night just to ask him if he knew a guy called Hoof. And he messaged me back saying, I don't know who you are and I don't know who Hoof is. So, but on his profile, it says he lives in Whitton. I've no idea other than that.
He knows a mate of mine. She does all black people's hair in Chelmsford.
Yeah.
I'm friends with her. So I can find out where he is.
So Elliot's kind of has Elliot got beef with Chrissy nowadays? Then because when I left Malden, they were still sort of mates, you know.
Right, about 2 years ago, a Facebook group was made.
Right.
Elliot Bruce joined it.
Yep.
He had fallen out with him in such as Morris was picking on his nephew or his cousin.
Okay.
So he started telling me stuff. Well, Morris got in touch with Elliot and told him to pack it in. And Elliot also got a phone call from his brother.
From Elliot's brother or Chrissy's brother?
Yeah, from Elliot's brother.
Yeah.
Telling him to don't tell us anything. But he'd already told us. He told me about the fire. He told me about Tony. He told me about the bullying at school. Because I think you're named in one of the reports I've got.
More than likely, mate. More than likely, we were all involved with social services at that point.
Yeah, well, there was a fight. There was a fight. You're named. Elliot's named. Well, I'm sure you're named. I haven't looked at it. I'll have a look at it tomorrow.
There was a fight. Is that like the one outside the school?
Yeah, where Morris picks up a drain pipe.
Yeah. I'm sort of the reason he picked the fucking drain pipe up. For some reason, Chrissy was hiding. It's not drain pipes. They were chair legs from school. Yeah, he used to sort of lean on one of the chair legs and it'd bend, and then the teacher would tell you to take it off to the caretaker. Well, you'd snap it off on the way and stash it around the school somewhere.
Right. Your boy, you was a bit worried in case he gets targeted in Malden.
I'm worried. I'm worried. He's not. I am.
Yeah, right. So just so you know who I am.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm involved with that crowd, right? Yeah, I'm involved with them, all right? So there's people that are floating about in Malden all the time, and I'll just. What's your boy's name?
His name.
All right. All right. I'll just have a word with a few of them and say, look, if you hear of anything, just let me know, all right?
What's the fucking name of the pub? What have they called it now?
The Warwick Arms.
The Warwick Arms. Yeah, that's the one.
No, it's changed. Oh, right, because I'm in the Crystal Cat every Friday.
Right, okay, across the road, mate. Yeah, God, I've not heard that. I've not heard that name for some years. I didn't think it'd still be called that. Fucking hell.
Your boy won't have anything to worry about, all right? Morris is
no, he's as confident as you like, mate, my lad. He don't give a fuck. He laughed at me when I said to him, look, just watch yourself. He's laughed at me. He said, Morris is an old man. He's a has-been. He's got nothing.
Nobody hardly sees him in Malden. The only customers he has now are all the little fucking tow rags that want £10 or £20 worth at a time.
Right, so he's gone proper down. Because I got told years ago that he had a Porsche and a house out fucking out somewhere nice or other. Yeah, mate, I didn't believe it anyway then. But you never know. Sometimes you never know.
I know. Name. Yeah, he's in Wickham Bishops.
Yeah.
He's old man. He's got the place behind, the Indian BJ's restaurant, just as you come over the bridge.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of units around the back there.
Right. Okay. Round the back of the Haybridge Hotel, or whatever that is now.
No, it's the Bengal Tiger, isn't it?
Oh, that's the one in Wickham Bishops. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. He owns a couple of units behind there. I didn't even know there was units behind there.
Who else? Do you know Joe? Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson.
Yes.
I don't, but my wife does.
His old man used to own the pub at the bottom of Market Hill.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Welcome Sailor.
The Welcome Sailor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to know about Morris that you don't already know. Since you last knew him,
I don't think he's changed. I don't think he's changed much, to be honest.
No, he wants to be a celebrity, but he's a fucking idiot.
Oh yeah, I see him fucking gate crash the Towie thing, for fuck's sakes. I mean, what are you doing, mate? He's just desperate, and that's how you come across.
Who else is there that you might know?
He was he was a fucking handy bloke, mate. He could proper have it. But yeah, he came from a whole family of sort of semi-travellers that could have it, and yeah, somehow Chrissy and him got involved with each other, probably down to powders. But they took over some door. They took over some doors in Colchester. You need to say no more, did?
Yeah, I never went over there. He got me involved with somebody else. I think you might know this, Bod. And over the course of 2 months, the price was coming down every other week.
Fucking hell.
And I said, look, I'm not interested. It was more for Morris, but why the bloke kept phoning me, I do not know. And that's why I felt as if I was getting set up.
Mate, I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Jake Chatton?
Jake Chatton?
No. The shoplifter.
Right. Shoplifter?
Who else?
So what? So when you met Elliot, he just fucking told you, you know?
No, I didn't meet him. He was in our group.
Oh, right, okay.
He was posting all this stuff, and then I think it was either Morris or his brother, Elliot's brother, got in touch with him, and all of a sudden he left. He tried to delete all the comments, but I'd already saved them all.
Fair enough. You got to, haven't you, really?
But I mentioned a few names in Whittam who I'm involved with, and he went, I don't want to come and see you. So I went, look, me and you need to talk. He went, no, I don't want to get involved. So I didn't know he was in Whittam, though. I know he knew a few people in Whittam.
Yeah, according to his Facebook, I'm now friends with him on his Facebook. For some reason, instead of just having a quick chat, he's done that. Add you as a friend. So yeah. I can see his Facebook. I can see his posts and things. He's a regular poster. Regular as fucking clockwork.
Seeing as these are in here, right?
Yeah.
Do you know the relationship that Morris had with Bradley Blundell?
I've never even heard that name, mate. Bradley
Blundell is the 18-year-old that done that shooting in Great. Where is it? Just outside Great Baddow.
Yeah. I know the one you're on about.
Blundell is the illegitimate son of Billy Blundell. Now, apparently, Bradley was brought up in Heybridge, and he used to go to Morris's gym when he was a kid. Well, the night of that shooting, Bradley Blundell went to Heybridge, near where the gym was, to get rid of all the stuff that was involved in the shooting, and then he got out of the country. And I'm sure he got out through Heybridge Basin on a boat.
Yeah, more than likely. It's a nice little way out. It's not far.
But you did mention that Morris has been a grass for a long time. I could only trace it back to 2008.
I think he's been a grass for a long time, mate. Yeah. You know, it was little stuff to start with. Of course it was. But, yeah, I had my suspicions for a long time.
That name that you mentioned, who got found guilty for the budging fire,
Steve
Foster, I met him when the night of the election, when Morris stood for the BNP. He came down to Plantation Hall. He's a cripple now.
Fucking hell. He was a naughty bloke, mate. He was naughty.
Well, apparently his old man is high up in the Masons as well.
Wouldn't be at all surprised there either, mate. Malden is a fucking hotbed for it, mate. Malden, it goes back hundreds of years, mate. Hundreds and hundreds. I've
told these.
You got the Malden sea salt for a start, mate. Right? That is, you know, look it up online, mate. It's well publicised. Malden sea salt is the most powerful salt you can use in magic, right? And it's one of the main ingredient for loads of it or something.
The ex-leader of Malden Council, her ex-husband, is now the Speaker in the House of Commons.
Yeah, I don't know.
Of this country, is Lord Ian Burnett of Malden. He was at the same lodge as Morris's dad, the London Grand Rank.
Yeah.
Now,
I was going to say, Morris's old man used to go a long way to his lodge because he'd be gone most of the night.
Yeah,
because we could fuck around then. We knew we could. I can't remember what night of the week it was now, or if it was every other week or something like that.
Now, did you know Natalie Bridges?
Nah, another name I don't know.
Her old man, he had something to do with like youth offenders. And even to this, well, up until about 2 years ago, he was still very close with Morris.
All right.
They live along, where is it? You know, if you're going down towards Chigra Lakes.
Yeah.
They lived on the right, about halfway down from the roundabout.
Fucking hell. You'll never believe this, mate, but that's where I fucking lived up until 16, 17 years ago.
Right.
Fucking hell.
I've heard your surname mentioned in Malden. Not bad.
Probably. My son's there, and he's a bit of a... I love him to bits, but he's a knob. He likes drinking, and he gets himself in trouble, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't get involved with that lot. I'm involved with the older lot, and I don't really get involved with too many people over there. People know me by sight, but they don't know my name.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's conversations going on, and I don't know who the fuck they're talking about. And I'm not really interested, but I'm sure your name's come up. It might be your boy's name. I don't know.
Fuck knows. Fuck knows. Like I say, I've not hung around with any of that lot for, blimey. Like I say, I've not seen Roy for many, many years, and Chrissy a bit longer. Yeah, I didn't finish that. I did waffle on in that email. And
I was just going to ask you, what was the situation where you spoke about the two boys and the oral sex?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was living in Milton Keynes at the time. My ex lived next door to Roy and his wife at the time, Mandy, and their kid, Luke. And I was trying to contact my ex for ages, you know, trying to contact her to try and see the boy. And she wasn't answering. I managed to get hold of Roy because Roy's still my mate at the time. You know, I managed to get hold of him, and he said, "I'm not allowed to talk to you. You've got to go through social services." When I finally got hold of social services, they told me what had happened. All I can tell you is that the report said that I think it was Mandy went upstairs and found them because they weren't answering when they were called, and found, I can't remember which way round it was now, but they were performing oral sex. They must have been, my son was about 3 at the time, and Luke must have been about, he's a few years older, so he'd have been about 6.
Right. Do you think that Morris may have interfered with Luke?
Oh, yeah. Something there, mate. There's something there.
Right.
Now, whether it's Roy, because I still speak to my ex, right? Not regular, but I still speak to my ex. We have 2 boys together. You know, we need to talk from time to time. She is still very, very good friends, you know, almost best friends with Mandy, which is Roy's ex-wife. The shit that she has told me that Roy pumped into Luke's head as a kid is, yeah, that's the reason why when I met Roy, some years after that, I met Roy, I gave him a Moody phone number. I want fuck all to do here. He was always weird around women, both of them, Chrissy and fucking Roy. They were both weird around women. It's like they couldn't control themselves almost. And they'd have to touch him or tickle him or something, you know. There'd have to be something there. Looked innocent,
people in this call,
you knew it weren't.
People in this call know why I've asked that question, right? And I'm not going to be the one that tells you why. Right? Now, Luke was serving up powder for Morris when he was about the age of 14.
Yeah, probably right.
And he was doing all the kids.
Yeah.
Now, there's a weird relationship between Morris and Luke.
There is a very strange relationship there, mate. I'll give you that. Luke idolises him. Always has done.
For a 6-year-old to do that to another child must have picked that up from somewhere. And I'm
You've got to have done. You've got to have done. Now, what happened at the time, right? What happened at the time when it came up for social services? So that's why me and Roy have never spoken since, because he is convinced.
See, there was a scenario. There was a scenario when Chrissy Morris left his ex-partner Fiona's house, where they moved a speaker, and out of the back of the speaker fell a mobile phone. And a person close to Chrissy Morris's ex turned the mobile phone on and found 2 to 3 pictures of Chrissy Morris holding his son's legs open at the groin area and photographed his genitals. Now, the reason we know this is Chrissy's hands is because the scars around his fingernails. That's how we know. Now, Chrissy did say this went to the social services, and Chrissy said that the reason he had the photographs was he sent them to a doctor for a medical examination. But no doctor in the Malden area has ever seen Chrissy Morris or any of his family.
That's a bit sus, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, why hide it? If you've got them for an innocent reason, why hide
just
the
send
phone?
them and delete them. Just send them and delete them, you know?
But Dan, that's why I've asked the question. Is there any indications that Morris might have been touching Luke up? Because he's done this with his own son, and with what was going on with the snackers, because you must have been around at the time. It must have been about 88. And them flats in Spittle Road, where Morris lived,
Spittle Road?
There was a heroin addict, and she had a child, 3-year-old.
I was gone then. When Chris was on Spittle Road, I was gone. Chrissy was living with his mum still when I left the scene. He was living with his mum in Viborg Gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he was. He was living there. Yeah, then like I say, mate, I left the scene, mate. I don't know what the fuck he was up to for a few years. You get reports every now and then.
Sounds like you got a lucky escape.
Yeah, possibly, mate. Possibly.
It sounds like you left when the heroin problem really kicked off in Malden.
Yeah, I think I probably did actually, mate, because there was a bit of a crack problem, and me myself, I got mixed up in it. I spent a good 10 months to a year.
Was Chrissy smoking crack?
I wasn't knocking about with Chris at the time, man. I was with a completely different crowd of people. He was still with the guys that kind of just went round knocking each other, drinking a lot and snorting a lot, whereas I was with more the hippie people, if you like.
Yeah.
ED, I'll talk to you privately about what you just asked, all right?
Yeah, no.
What else is there?
Yeah, I don't know what else to say, really, mate. I mean, you know, Tony fucked with his head. She was the one. There was a definite change in Chris, you know, during and after Tony.
If you can think of it, rather than send it to loads of different people, make PD your main contact, all right? Send everything.
No worries.
Right?
Yeah, we'll do.
If your boy gets a problem and you want me to say something, message PD and he can tell me, all right?
Yeah, I can get proof very quickly. And on my phone with that email that you have is on 24 hours a day and is in my pocket 24 hours a day. So you will get me instantly and I can catch Hoof very quickly.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm not too fussed about him coming to see me, mate. You know, I'm old, but so's he. You know, and
don't worry.
It's just not. You got to watch my wife now, mate. It's not me. like all of us, I guess. You know, you got to watch the other halves, not ourselves.
Right. Morris wasn't talking to his brother, so he went to Canada and they weren't talking. They only started talking Christmas 2017 when Morris's dad died. So Roy came for the funeral. He came over for 6 days and went. I have noticed he must have fallen out with Chrissy again because he's liking the owner's posts about the children that he's had away from Morris. So it looks as if Debbie and Roy are in communication with Fiona and Joe Jackson.
Yeah. So even his own family's fucking turned on him.
Yep.
Like I said in my email, the last time I saw Roy, he said to me, you know, steer clear of Chrissy. In his words, he's a nut nut. Yeah, no, Roy's not a fighter, mate. That's for sure. He's well, what did Roy do as a living? Roy was a panel beater and sprayer for a while, and then he knocked that on the head and became an IT network analyst or something like that. It was. Yeah. And from what I hear now, he spoke to me on Facebook, and I'm gonna go and look through my Facebook in a minute and see when he spoke to me, because that possibly would have been about 2017. He contacted me out of the blue via Facebook.
See, I was tight with Chrissy for 6 years up until 2017, and for me
it was the age of about 12 up until about 16, 17. So I got about 5 years on him, and that's about it.
But I never knew that he had a brother, let alone a brother called Roy, because that's my name.
Does he not? He never speak about him?
No. And the kids used to call me Roy, right? And he said, no, call him Uncle Roy. And I said, no, I'm not fucking related to you. They don't call me uncle.
Yeah.
My name's Roy.
Yeah, no, I don't like that either. If I'm not the uncle and I'm not the dad, I don't want to be fucking called as such, you know? Exactly. Yeah, no. Fucking hell.
Did you know this the one that... What was her name again? The weirdo that was into this Satanism shit and fucking...
Well, Maddie Bellum.
Yeah, did you know her, Ruth? Yeah.
I didn't know her. No, she lived in Haybridge on I want to say Hunt Avenue, but it weren't. It was a road off of Maddie Bellum. I don't know how you spell it. Like Bell End, but Bellum.
Oh, right.
End, but ham on the end, I think.
Yeah, because there used to be a Benham who was CID at Whittam Place.
All right. I may have the pronunciation wrong, mate. I mean, this is some years ago. A lot of years ago. It's 30, 31, 32 years ago nearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Maddie Bellum was her name. There was a big social services thing, mate. I mean, I don't know if anyone's able to find that kind of stuff. But
I'm disgusted. That's my thing. Opening up social services in Essex Police. Essex Police and Social Services were warned Christmas 2017 exactly what was going on, and they done fuck all. They left them kids and Fiona in danger for 9 months.
Social services knew that before that, mate.
That's why that information you've come out with is very important, because the authorities have known about Morris for a fucking very long time, and they've let him.
When I lived in Milton Keynes, a relative of mine worked for social services in Milton Keynes. Whilst they were never able to give me a hard copy, they did tell me a brief synopsis, and what it is, it was the whole Morris family needs investigation.
His mum won't have a bad said about him.
Oh, good God, no. Good God, no. Chris is the best.
Yeah, well, the dad, up until a couple of weeks before he died, he fucking wouldn't say anything to Chris. He'd disowned Chris.
Really?
Yeah.
Alan had disowned Chris. It's because Chris has split the family.
Yeah.
Chris has split the family. Chris has made Roy fuck off to the other side of the world. Debbie was always withdrawn and within herself anyway. She's always a very quiet girl, very quiet. Yeah. So he's fucked. Yeah, she has. Yeah. Nah. I forget what I was going to say now. Dreadful.
catch back up again in another week or so. Seeing as you're talking about it now, some other stuff might pop into your head in the next couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You never know. I mean, I don't really know what good I'll be particularly.
You'd be surprised. One small bit of information that you have could piece together a lot of stuff that we have.
Well, like I say, mate, if you've got some contacts in social services, see how far back they go, mate. Because
can you mention that social services person named Hoof, because he wasn't in when you mentioned her name?
Yeah. Her name was Julia Lay.
Right.
She lived in Malden. She had a son called Daniel Lay, who was a couple of years older than us. He's probably still about to be fair.
Social services used to have an office where the library's in Malden now, right?
No, not the library. It was before that. It was called the Gables Centre, and it was halfway down Malden High Street.
Well, they moved to the library, but they had to close
move.
it down. They had to close it down because I'd exposed several social workers there for not doing their job properly.
Oh, so fuck me, mate. We have from Malden Social Services, we have an apology letter saying that they failed us.
Yeah.
From an audit, they had an audit done, and yeah, I've still got that. That's from years back, but I've still got that. They are the worst social services going, mate. In my opinion, Malden. I think they've amalgamated with Chelmsford now, haven't they?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. They work out of Braintree.
Oh, they work out of Braintree now, blimey.
Because that's where Morris has to go, or was going for his child conference meetings.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We ended up going to school at the Gables when we were all expelled. We were all expelled in about the same week. So getting back to that pipe you were on about, that was a chair leg, and it was underneath the science hut in the playground. And what had happened is the day before, Chrissy and Elliot had bunked the day off, and I hadn't. And I'd gone to school, and I'd had some beef with this geezer. Oh, Mark, his name was, right? I had no idea, but he was a fucking judo whiz, mate. And he just kept putting me on my fucking ass. And when Chrissy and Elliot came to school the next day, they're like, "Oh, we're not having that." And that's when they went for him, and they both got expelled that fucking day. I went a few days later. You what, sorry?
Morris went to when he was a late teenager.
The boxing club.
Yeah, over in Wigan.
Yeah, that he didn't go for very often, did he?
Well, Tony Brand, the one in charge down there.
I don't remember that name, mate. No.
Yeah.
Oh, Morris's boxing club, or his gym down at the ironworks there, the old ironworks. There was a rumour some years ago. You'll probably be aware of this, Hoof.
Rumour was
the young lad that was run over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was told, I can't remember where it was from or what it is, and it is just speculation, that the young lad that was run over by the Porsche joyriders, if you like, was supposed to be at a gym. Supposed to be at the gym.
Yeah.
They didn't want to go to the gym for some reason or other. I have heard sit on the grapevine that it's been bullying, and that's why they didn't want to go.
Yeah.
I also heard that there was another lad involved that was touching kids, and he disappeared shortly after.
It's crazy the amount of fucking touching kids and all that shit. It's crazy the amount of it.
Just in that one town, mate.
When he had the gym at the ironworks, we know Danny, Wake Up UK, knows the owner of the ironworks gym because they've got one in Clacton as well. Right. He told Jason some stuff about Morris, right? So Morris lost the ironworks gym. He ended up, you know, the Nissan huts down at Chigborough Lakes. He had two of them. One of them was Jim.
I heard he was in the Masonic Hall at one point.
Nah. The two Nissan huts down at Chigborough Lakes. One of them was a gym. The other one was for storage and for a grow.
Right.
But just after Christmas 2017, he lost fucking both of
them. Dick. How's he?
But no, he's got fuck all now, apart from his daughter.
Give a man enough rope, mate, and, you know, it's obvious, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Morris has been the instigator into several people attempting suicide in Malden. Miriam Lewis, she'd just left as the leader of the council, and that's when the election came up where Morris stood for the BNP. At that time,
I saw that. I saw that he was standing for the BNP, and then claimed he was independent or something. And I'm like, well, how can you do that? I've just seen the photo clearly.
Morris was at loggerheads with this Miriam Lewis because she's conservative. Miriam Lewis's daughter committed suicide. She lived in Saffron-Ferriers. When she committed suicide, Morris turned around to me and went, "It fucking couldn't have happened to a nicer woman." A few days later, I was informed that Morris was serving powder to her. He's now become very close friends with Miriam Lewis. And the reason why people have attempted suicide is because the gear he sells is shit.
Oh, yeah, mate. He'll cut it to fuck. Yeah. He don't care. He don't care, mate. He's not bothered about product. He's bothered about fucking status.
If you have a chat with your missus, she might be able to give you some latest gossip about Morris, and then if you could pass that on.
My ex, you mean?
Yeah, does she still live in Malden?
You what? Sorry, say that again, Hoof.
Does she still live in Malden?
What, my ex? Yeah, she has nothing to do with any of it. Like I say, she speaks to Mandy, which is Roy's ex-wife. And like I say, she can. Mandy, I don't know whether she'll speak or not, but Mandy will. She said some weird and wonderful things about what Roy has filled into Luke's head.
Yeah. See, when Morris's dad died and Roy came over, Morris stole something from my property. He stole the contents of my filing cabinet and 4 hard drives. On them hard drives was all my police corruption and social services corruption, which I've been collecting for the previous 10 years. Now, even Morris gave them hard drives to the old Bill, and I couldn't get in trouble for it. It's just now they're out of circulation.
Yeah.
The other thing I suspected was his brother, because as you say, he's into his IT, isn't he? And these hard drives were encrypted.
And you say they made up for a little while he was over here as well.
Well, for a couple of weeks before his dad died, and by the following August, they'd fallen out again.
Yeah. There was always something odd about that, you know. The relationship between them all.
See, I'm not going to say who. No, I will say the owner said that Chris used to say that he was touched up by his brother.
Do you know what? I wouldn't be at all. Yeah, you know, Roy was a smarmy fucker when it came to women, especially. I mean, I never see him with a bloke, obviously, but yeah, he was just a bit hands-on and liked to tickle, and it just looked like low-scale grooming, if you know what I mean. It just never sat comfortably with me.
Yeah. Well,
so it's a possibility, mate. I mean, Alan was into his fucking into his guns and his westerns and stuff, and fucking his Mason.
But he's told me a couple of things in there, right? You've said that Morris targets the vulnerable people, right? That is a known fact in Malden.
Oh yeah, he knows his targets. He knows his audience. He is a clever man.
He ain't really.
Well, you know, all right, yeah. He's tripped himself up, yeah, for sure. But he you know, he's not. he's not thick as fuck though. You know, he's not stupid. He's not bumbling along.
What he does when he's going to do something, what he does, he starts setting his alibi up a couple of weeks beforehand. That's where he's clever. But if you see what he's doing, you can see that he's setting up an alibi for something to happen in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's
can read him like a book.
He is predictable.
Yeah.
He is predictable. Which is a good thing, I suppose. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Danny?
Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Roy or Alan was touching Chris, or if it was all going on. You know, like I said in that email, there was. And the problem is, my memory's not fucking great when it comes to that particular thing. And I'm sure that Debbie got pregnant by Alan's best mate. I'm sure there was something going on there, or they were having an affair. There was definitely something going on there.
Danny Jones. Right. I was going to ask you last Monday, seeing as what's come to light, do you think that Fuller would be able to help me? Yeah. Because you know how serious it is and what Essex Police are covering up.
Mate, I imagine Essex Police are covering up a whole fucking host of things. They're as dodgy as fuck.
Yeah. See, 10 years ago, I went to Kavanagh about what I'd come across, and he wouldn't do anything. I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I think it was down to me that, one, he didn't get the Met job, and two, why he took early retirement. I had to go to the Chief Constable of Norfolk to highlight that children were being let down who had been abused. The investigations were being scuppered to protect the perpetrators.
I may need to have a little chat with you about that, actually.
I'm not a grass, right? When children are involved, the authorities should be fucking dealing with it.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. They should be. They should be bang on it.
Because you can't go around fucking taking out all of them, because it'd be fucking 10 deaths every fucking day.
Problem is there, Hoof, is that Essex Police and Essex Social Services are, well, they're shit. They're not good, and they're corrupt. We know they're corrupt. Wouldn't be at all surprised. They're all part of the same cult, to be honest with you.
Well, there's nobody in this call. I'm going to say it now, but the Daily Mail are ready to run with the story to do with Earl. It wouldn't take a lot to put fucking Morris into that.
You certainly wouldn't, mate, no. Although, don't you think he deserved his own? You know, Hurl's one thing, but I'd be willing to, you know, I'd like to see Morris get his own get his own hanging, so to speak.
Don't mention the word hanging in here. Where are you based now?
Oh, a long way away now, mate. Long way away.
What you don't want to say?
I'm down south. Deep south. No, I'll tell you, mate. I mean, my name's already out there. So it don't take much to go on 192, does it? Look at people up. I'm in Cornwall. I'm in Cornwall now.
Oh, nice.
Well, you say nice. You say nice, right? But there's about a fucking million people here. You can't get nowhere. Oh, mate, we got some nice beaches down here. I must be honest. Yeah, it's quite nice.
In that email, there was something about Morris moving down to Kent for a few weeks when this all erupted.
Yeah, he went to Sandwich in Kent. Yeah, he went there for
friends or what?
He went with like he was in care for a few weeks.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of all 4 points in, or 5 points there, really.
Yeah, my main people is Whittam. That's where I was brought up. But I moved out of Whittam when I was 20. I moved to Silver End. I stayed there for 20 years, and then I went over into Braintree.
Silver End. I knew a geezer in Silver End. They called him Turbo Dave. I don't know his real name. He was called Turbo Dave. He had an RS Turbo, and he liked to throw a good rave back in the day. Oh, I was never lucky enough to have one. 3i was the best furthest I could get to. It's lucky, isn't it?
Liar. I'm sure I weren't in the call earlier, but I was partying last night. Sorry I weren't here earlier, but I was busy last night. Yeah, something like that.
Right, well, I'm going to duck off. I have to go pick up the missus and the kids. I'll be back. If you're still on, I'll be back in 45 minutes.
Yeah, all right.
I'll talk to you later, Boo, from Wasp and Danny, right?
Right.
Okay. See you soon. Take care, buddy.
Yeah, see you in a bit, Paul.
On the chat there, on the live, it don't take a genius to know who I am, mate. I was the only one with that name growing up. My family was the only family in Melbourne with that name.
Yeah.
So he's seen it, mate. Him and Hurl, whoever Hurl is, I'm going to steer clear of. But him and Hurl, they know my name now.
Don't worry.
And I dare say Hurl will be asking him, what to know about you. Oh yeah, for sure, mate. Yeah, when he
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I kind of expect that. That's the typical Freeman on the land response, isn't it? You're a pedo, Yeah, it's the first one they throw at you.
Morris, anybody who speaks out against him, they're a pedo. Anybody that doesn't agree with him is a pedo. Anybody that criticises him is a pedo. So.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen him wearing that on one of his fucking pictures online. Fucking dick. Me, am I on Facebook? Yeah.
How can I get you the link?
I'm not.
No,
I'm not me on Facebook. I'm not me. Which is a weird thing because it was Chrissy's brother, Roy. He drummed it in my head. Don't be you on the internet. Always be someone else.
There's a group that I'd like.
Unfortunately, I left my name attached to the email last night, and so never mind.
Group I'd want you to be in is called Councillor Morris Needs Counselling.
Councillor Morris needs counselling, right?
Yeah.
So my wife's here. She's taking some notes. She's on it. Yeah. have a look. You'll get there eventually. Yeah.
Rowan's been kicked out of the group.
Yeah.
You've always been kicked out of the group, did you say?
Yeah, real.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, these lot in that group, they fucking hate him. Absolutely.
Yeah. This group that I just mentioned, there's a lot of people in there from Malden.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's have a little look. Well, my wife's just joining it now.
That's where Elliot Bruce joined it, and that's where he released this information. And before he could delete the comments, I'd already screenshotted everything.
Right. Good. Yeah, no, I believe Elliot doesn't want anything to do with it, like you say, because I texted him briefly last night. I've not spoken to him in 30 years. So I didn't know if he was going to reply or what was going to happen. I just asked him if he knew you by hoof.
When he posted these comments and he deleted them, I put in there, or I might have sent him a message. Why did you delete all that stuff? So he said, "You've been playing me." So I went, "Just meet me." And he went, "If I meet you, I'm going to kick fuck out of you." So I went, "Elliot, calm yourself down, all right? If you want to know who I am, just ask some people in whatever, all right?" But then his cousin was still in there, some girl. Can't think what her name was. Possibly,
Donna?
Yeah.
I think that's her name, something like that. Right. You want it?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm pen.
You're pending, are you? Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll have to. There's quite a few admins in there, but as soon as I get off of this, I'll go over there and I'll accept it, all right?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, 26.
Yeah, I'm starving. Yeah.
And like that's all right. You're welcome.
Yeah, and any time that we're live, just jump on it as you are, you know what I mean? We won't be turning around going, "This is the guy that, we're speaking to."
Right. Yeah, no worries.
But so what's just said there, right? If you jump on, before you go into the actual call, you can put a different name in the namespace. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll have a look at that.
Yeah.
Right. That's where people are changing their name to Hurl and fucking.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That sounds like a bit of fun.
And if anybody gets stuck mouthing off in the YouTube, just ignore it.
Oh, I'm not bothered, mate. I'm not too fucking fussed. I've got a past, mate. I've got a past, and I expect fucking Morris to try and use it against me, mate. But in all honesty, I've anything I have done, I've been prosecuted for. It's been spent, and
I don't know if it's been reiterated to you. The people you've been speaking to in this call, right? We only deal in truth. We don't accept any bullshit. So if you want to make up stories about Morris, please don't. Right? I know.
No. I do all these things I'm telling you are the truth.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's no need to make up shit for him.
Exactly.
You really don't. I mean, I've been sitting in the back for quite a while, just listening to you guys, and I'm just like, I can't believe this guy's been fucking doing this. This can't be right. This can't be right. And then I look on his YouTube channels, and it's like, actually, you're fucking cracking up, mate. What these guys are saying is fucking true.
He was buried in 2018. Why he's come back onto this side of it, I do not know, because you're just getting it all again.
could be damage control. Yeah.
I've just got on Squat Loose, and it says Russ McGarry wades into Chrissy Morris.
Well, I was going to get some people in the Councillor Morris group to start posting the bids in there, the links to the bids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely needs more exposure, mate, because people in Malden just aren't really aware of well, some are, like you say, Hoof, but you know, some people still think he's a legend. You know, he's a great guy.
So yeah, I'll go to the Crystal Cap, right? And I haven't mentioned Morris for a couple of years. And the other, not this week, last week when I was in there, Morris's name come up, and the owner in there is a Turkish Cypriot, and he said, "Fucking everybody knows about Morris sleeping with his daughter and having baths with her." So,
so he's getting out there, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent a video to my mate who still lives in Malden, and he said, "No, they're all trolls, mate. It's not true. It's not true." But
yeah, all right.
Yeah, there are some out there that still fucking believe, but what do you do?
Morris has told everybody that a few of us get paid £5,000 a quarter to troll people.
Well, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, which
no, which it was.
He lives in a fantasy. He really does.
Yeah. And one of the payments paid for Wasp's camper van. It paid for me to go to Spain for 3 months.
Yeah.
Nice.
He never stops fucking making these stories.
3 months on $5,000. That's not bad, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's off his head. Anyway, right, guys, I'm going to jump off. It's easy, mate, to be soon.
Right. I better make a move as well. I'm not having dinner yet.
Yeah, cool. All right. I'll speak to you all in a minute because my grandson's going mad.